Some projects go far beyond design, beyond paint, beyond tile, and the layout. This cottage has been in Craig's family for years, but for his sister Sarah, it holds a much deeper meaning. It's where Sarah feels closest to her daughter, our niece Jayne, whose life was tragically cut short. She was a spirited, bright little girl, and this cottage is where her light still shines so bright. And helping Sarah gave us the chance to create a space where love and legacy can live side by side. This is the Long Point Project, a story about design, our family, and the love that carries us forward. Okay, babe, you got this.
If I was to run through everything that happened in this cottage, from stripping it back and gutting it back to its original shell, completely reframed, restructured the ceiling to the vaulted ceilings, completely insulated up to today's standards, so this thing's gonna be, super warm in the winter. We had a huge sag in the center of the floor. Everything was crooked, so we went back up, re-supported underneath, jacked everything back up, got it all level. All the plumbing is new, all the wiring is new, all new flooring. Like, we have incredible floors in here that are gonna hold up. They're not only waterproof, but they're pretty much scratch resistant, so they're gonna be able to last and look great for a long time. But top to bottom, like, there's nothing left untouched at this point. Once you take everything out of it, and there's nothing but a shell, that's when the magic happens. That's when you can actually look at all of the roof lines. You can start to see what's there, what you can create. That's where really Carolyn comes in and works her magic, where she designs the layout. And I know she goes to great lengths to optimize every inch to make it work. There's a lot of keeping the character to this place that has stayed, and then there's a lot of major improvements that have come. So I think that sums it up.
This addition Sarah built about 10 years ago, and at the time it was perfect, but it always felt disconnected to the rest of the cottage. The collar ties sat very low, you could walk by, you could touch them, and it just felt very dark and very heavy. So we came in, we re-engineered the ceilings, and we were able to raise the collar ties up, and then we re-paneled the entire space. And then by adding HVAC, we turned this summer spot into a 4-season retreat. So it is the most beautiful, open, airy space, and it is perfect for gathering all year round. So when I came in and sat down with Sarah and we decided, okay, everything is gonna be gutted, we're gonna start over, the biggest thing was storage. After we gutted the cottage and I saw how much height we actually had in here, we had 11 feet at the highest point, I knew we had to utilize all of this space. Like, I needed to put storage everywhere, wherever I could fit it. So that was the biggest thing, because there was an actual cavity that I didn't even know existed behind these walls. There was like 3 feet of depth. She has storage almost to the ceiling now, which is fantastic because they literally had nothing before. Of course, I designed the kitchen to be beautiful, but I also designed this for functionality. I wanted Sarah to be able to come here and just relax, not to have to worry about anything. So I went with this beautiful honed black stone that is pretty much indestructible, and she doesn't have to worry about anything. And it really is like that anchor point in the kitchen, and it ties back to all the other black elements in the space. I was actually able to extend the countertop 10 inches from original, and now we've created seating on the other side, so Nolan can sit up there and watch Sarah cook, or they can actually cook together, or they can have breakfast there together, and it really is nice, and it creates an overall entertaining kind of experience. I knew that these old appliances could not go back in. Like, there was no way I was putting mismatched appliances in my design. And I was able to go to our brand partners who we work so closely with, and I was able to get all of these amazing products for her to give her the most beautiful cottage. Not only do they look beautiful, they're also just giving her a place away from home. It's a full kitchen. Everything is full size, and it doesn't feel like she's got to cook on something too small or, try to like squeeze everything into a tiny fridge. It's just like home. And And that's what I wanted to create for here. I reached out to my friends at House of Roll, and once I let them know that this was an extremely special project to us, they were all on board to help us with whatever we needed. So I really wanted a beautiful Reabel Azure bridge faucet, especially now because the sink was centered in the window and I thought it was gonna look absolutely stunning with my scalloped backsplash. And then I know how much Sarah has always loved apron front sinks. I asked them for this gorgeous, huge Shaw's apron front fire clay sink. And then I reached out to M-Tech and I asked them for shocker unlacquered brass cabinet hardware, because Sarah is also just as obsessed with the unlacquered brass as I am. A lot of people get frustrated when they're working within a small footprint. I, on the other hand, really like to get creative. So once everything was gutted and I saw all of this height, I knew that we had to utilize this. So I really just wanted the impact of the shower to be like this wow feature. And I also wanted to give Sarah something that was maintenance free, something that was durable, that, you know, had the drama. So I saw these beautiful handstone porcelain slabs and they were brand new. I went down, I touched, I felt them. The Taj Mahal slabs honestly reminded me of the sand here on the beach, and I wanted to bring an organic feeling into the bathroom, and I really was inspired by all of our surroundings here in Long Point. And when I saw these slabs, I knew this was going to be that wow feature. They have this slight veining through it, creamy, dreamy, this sand-like appearance, and they just were perfect in the space. On the bedroom side of the cottage, we had to start from scratch. I mean, anything that existed, it wasn't working efficiently. So we took the footprint of all 3 bedrooms and we reworked everything to create more space, a better layout, and actually the biggest thing that solved all of my problems were pocket doors. They maximized on so much space for me. So starting from the primary bedroom, we were able to give Sarah this beautiful spa-like retreat. She had a window that was on the exterior side of the cottage before the addition was done that has always remained, but we actually made it larger. So she has this beautiful view of the beach now right from her bed. And I really wanted to give her a space that she felt calm and she felt love, and she just felt like she could relax in this room. For the guest bedroom, I actually found this beautiful vintage lighthouse print that I had reframed for over the bed, and that was my jumping off point, I'd say. I wanted this room to feel a little bit more classic, a little bit more coastal, kind of Hamptons elevated. For the bunk bedroom, I wanted to get away from the single bunk bed, and when I saw the framing happening and I realized, okay, if I stole 2 more inches from the bathroom, I could have a double bunk bed, like one over the other, and with full storage underneath. I mean, like, there was no question. We were doing it, and I maximized on space. This room that once used to be the tightest room in the entire cottage, there was no moving. There was maybe 16 inches of walking space around the bed, and that was only on one side, has now become the most spacious and functional and maximized on storage room in the entire place.
Good luck today. Can't wait to see this little piece of heaven all finished. I can't thank you guys enough for giving me a place to love and enjoy. It's such a special place, and I can't wait to spend more time up there. I'm so grateful for you both for all the love and time that you've put into this. You can just feel that as soon as I walk into the door. I am forever grateful. Jayne will be there today, Craig. You'll have to fill in for Scott McGilvery. You know her dream was to renovate the cottage with Carolyn and Scott McGilvery. Scott McGilvery. I'm so proud of you both, and she's going to be shining there today as you take photos and take a video of the cottage. One thing about my sister that has just amazes us all is that through such heartache and loss, she never just sat still for one moment. She went out there and she created this foundation to help other children within the school districts and other places. It's called the Love Jayne Foundation, and it is really giving back to so many kids that need help, and it's helping them shape a brighter future. And she's just done such an incredible job with that, and it's definitely keeping Jayne's legacy alive.
Thank you so much for joining us. And if you love this transformation, please hit subscribe so you don't miss our next project. And I need to give a huge shout out and thank you to our amazing brand partners. We have House of Roll, M-Tech, Gomans, and Handstone. We couldn't have done this without you guys. It was like a 26-inch square. That's what it was, the shower. It was so tiny. In all of our years here, I only showered in that shower one time. And it was with two little babies, like Jackson and Brooklyn were at my feet and I was trying to shower them. And then there was like spiders coming down from the ceiling and I was like, oh my gosh, no. And I got out of it. Like I think I honestly kicked Jackson out the door because I freaked out because I'm so scared of spiders. And that was the last time. I never showered there again. We would just shower in the lake. We had the biodegradable shampoo and that's what we did.
It's real.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm just saying, but like I haven't even showered in this shower. I really would like to shower in this shower. Maybe I will. Maybe tonight. Maybe tonight's the night. Craig, we're sleeping over.